If you watch this for a tutorial, just don't. Also, I'm trying to make a mini version of this dress instead of the giant version, and this is not as accurate as Ariana Grande's Grammy dress, as well as inspired by Michaela Tewers, if I say her name right. Anyways, the first thing that we're gonna do is buy some tulle, and I bought 9.5 meters of creamy white tulle in the end. These are the components that I have to work with. This is the tulle skirt, and did I mention that I bought an already made tulle skirt? No? Well, now it doesn't even match the tulle that I bought. This is the tulle and a crop top. Well, it's not a crop top, it's a long sleeve top. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Here I am trying to make a crop top out of it, but it doesn't work because of the material. So last night I was trying to make the bodice out of this material, and I realized it just doesn't work. So my only option is to make the bodice out of the tulle itself. So we're gonna start off with the bottom part of the ruffle because it's the star of the dress, and the dress is literally so cute. But here I am trying to pin the ruffle that I just made a few minutes ago to the first layer of my tulle skirt. Low-key, this actually looks really cute. I'm gonna add few more layers of tulle. I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any magnet right now. It somehow fell out of that container, and this happened. So I cleaned all of the pins up, and I'm just gonna sew the first layer of the ruffle onto the first layer of the tulle skirt. I should probably done this by hand, but I'm not the type of person that will do such thing, and it's a little bit hard to get the tulle under the presser foot because the presser foot is just so tiny. Okay, so this is the next day, and my teacher ended up giving us homework, and I'm so confused to do the homework first or finish the dress first. So guess what? You guessed it, I finished my homework first. This is a monstrosity, and when I checked everything again, I realized that everything I did was wrong, and it's really sad, and I ended up correction tape every single thing. But in the end, I managed to finish all of my homework. After conquering that step, I realized that it was late, so I have to quickly finish this dress. But I started back at the ruffles of disaster because honestly, this took a lot of tulle. To make the tulle easier to handle, I added a ribbon down the middle. I'm gonna go downstairs to get some dinner, and then I'm gonna take these ruffles and sew it on the empty slot there, as well as on top of this, like this. Well, I'm gonna show it to you guys later. Once I prepared everything, I take the tulle and I pinned it exactly as planned, but luckily I didn't sew it this time. You know why? Because I ran out of tulle. Spoiler alert. But anyways, I'm just gonna continue on doing my ruffles because it's the star of the show. And next, I'm just pinning the creamy white ruffle onto the next layer of ruffle that I already sewed on the skirt. So this is the next day, and why am I even wearing a sweatshirt when it's literally 40 degrees Celsius outside? But I'm just gonna continue on doing the ruffles to finish all of the tulle. So here I am trying to pin the ruffle all over the skirt, and I realized that it's not enough. And I don't know what I'm doing here, guys. Everything is a disaster and I have to get more tool, and then my brother came in and interrupt everything. And if I look mad here, it's because I am, and my brother literally ruined my mood in 5 seconds. He's the worst brother ever. So at this point I realized that I don't have enough tools, so I have to go outside and buy more tool. And on my way home, I spotted lots of pigeons. Don't notice the van trying to hit me. It's my friend and he's joking around. But there are lots of pigeons and I like it. I was on my way home and I bought this thing with me, and every person that I passed through just asked me, "What are you doing with that?" And I'm like, "I'm making clothes." "Oh, really? Why is it a lot?" I'm like, so what? One of the things that I hated the most is when people minding your business, which doesn't even make any sense because you don't even bother them. So what if I'm trying to make something that didn't bother you, but why does it bother you because I do it? After that conversation, I change and I make more ruffles with the white tool that I bought, which is 10 meters. Seriously? This haven't even finished yet. There's so many tools. Then my bobbin ran out of threads, and here I am just taking a slow motion shot of the bobbin spinning. Honestly, this is a lot of tool, and it's not even as poofy as Ariana's dress. Remember when the moment I sew the ruffle onto the skirt? Well, I have to take it off now because I have to layer this. I'm gonna put this first, and then I'm gonna layer this thing, as well as this color on top of this color. I know that doesn't make sense, but I hope you enjoy. This is me taking off the ruffles from the skirt. This is another next day, and here I am making more white ruffles, and this will act as the first layer of ruffle, and then I will add the creamy white ruffle on top of this layer of white ruffle. So I didn't film this part, but I sewed the super white ruffle onto the first layer of this tulle skirt, and at this point I'm just sewing the creamy white ruffle on top of the super white ruffle. Look at how much tulle is going on. It's the hardest thing to get under the FOREVERT ever. Today is the 5th day I've been working on this dress, and I feel like giving up. I just came back home from work, and my plan is to make the bodice to be a crop top, just the same as Ariana's. Oh my god, he's here! If you're wondering why I'm so surprised, it's because he just slides down from the bottom of the table, and here he is interrupting my work of me editing it. But the point is, I'm just pinning the super white ruffle onto the skirt, and here I am just sewing it. This is the biggest thing I've ever worked with, and this tool here is a bit too long, so I'm gonna cut it off, some of it off. After all of that planning, here I am taking the skirt from the closet and just cutting some of the bits off, and I'm going to layer the creamy white ruffle on top of this super white ruffle to see how my imagination went. And yeah, here I am just pinning it and sewing it in place, and oh my god, I'm just so done. So I have finished making the skirt, and this is how it's currently lying on the couch.
And there is my cat. I literally went downstairs and tell like 5 people, and everyone said that this looks like a bride's dress. Bad things happen. I accidentally cracked a glass.
So I was trying to film how I make the bodice, and the point is to pin the tulle at the wrong side of the fabric, and then my phone just slowly like drop. But you're gonna pin the tulle at the wrong side of the fabric as well as sewing it in place.
So I flipped the tulle over and it hangs like this, and then I'm gonna pin this, and we're almost done with the bodice.
So here I am. After pinning it, I just sew it in place.
So here is how the bodice is currently looking like. You can see I sew a little bit here to add some sort of pattern, I think, and I'm gonna put a lace up back because I think it looks more elegant that way.
Spoiler alert, it does not work.
And I also think I should maybe add some ruffle straps.
So this is the next day, and I'm tracing some triangles to make the darts of the body because darts look cute, okay? I swear I didn't leave my pin around like that, but I'm just pinning it together, and here I am just sewing the darts together. Remember when I put the lace up back? Well, it didn't work, so here I am just putting a zipper on.